Hey, good evening, Pillar Church family. Tonight I wanted to talk to you about Romans chapter 15 from our Bible reading plan. But before I do that, I wanted to encourage you to read the end, at least the end of Romans chapter 14, which leads logically into the beginning of chapter 15. So let's look specifically at verse 3, where it says, "For Christ did not please himself, but, as it is written, the reproaches of those who reproached you fell on me." And you have to ask yourself, when it says, "as it is written," where was it written? And you can look at Psalm 69, verse 9, where it says, "For zeal for your house has consumed me, and the reproaches of those who reproach you have fallen on me." And it's pretty cool. We can find again in the New Testament that this specific verse is quoted in John chapter 2, verse 17, right after Jesus has gone in to cleanse the temple, after he found it being used as a house of trade and dishonoring God in that way. Verse 17 says, "His disciples remembered that it was written, 'Zeal for your house will consume me.'" So back to Romans 15, verse 3, Paul is using Jesus as an example of someone who is not seeking to please himself. Rather, he's seeking to honor his Father and to glorify God. And as a result of that, he receives persecution. That's the gospel, that he was persecuted unto crucifixion for our salvation. But for me, it caused me to ask myself, am I being persecuted because of my service to God? Or if not, could it be that I've been too much conformed to this world and accepted things like God's house being turned into a marketplace? So after some honest self-reflection, I have to admit that I have been to some degree too much conformed to this world. So my prayer for myself tonight and for you is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind."